There is a power within you that is creating absolutely everything. It's easy to forget that. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that life is being done to you, or that things change because of effort or action, or because you worked hard enough, or pushed long enough, or convinced the right person at the right time. But none of that is actually what is creating anything. The only true cause of anything in your life comes from within you. It is internal power that creates. It's your own internal state, that invisible, silent knowing inside of you that moves everything into place. Sometimes it moves your own body to take action. Sometimes it moves another person onto your path. Sometimes it rearranges things quietly in the background. But it's never the action itself that has the power. Action is just the effect. You are the cause. Everything begins within. Every single thing, every relationship, every opportunity, every challenge, every breakthrough. It all starts from your state, from a quiet assumption, a subtle expectation, a way you just know things are. And because you know it, reality has no choice but to reflect it. So whenever you feel any desire, whether it's to change something, improve something, create something, or bring something totally new into your life, you must always start within, because that's the source of everything. Most people do the complete opposite. They feel a desire and immediately start thinking, what do I need to do? Who do I need to call? What strategy should I follow? They run straight to the world of action, thinking that that's where things change. But the world of action is just the mirror, is the projection. And if you don't change the film that you've placed into the projector, the story that is playing out will stay the same, no matter how many times you press your hands against the screen. The screen is not the source. You are. So where do you begin? You begin by noticing. Just notice what is alive in you. Not with judgment, not with fear, not with resistance. Just quietly notice. What are you assuming to be true right now? What are you quietly expecting every morning when you open your eyes? What story is going on inside your mind? What is the narrative that is playing on repeat within you? Then notice the gap between this reality and the way you actually want things to be. Notice the difference not in the outside world, but in how it would feel inside you if you knew that you were in the reality where you get to have everything you want. Because every state feels different. The state of knowing that I always have all the money I want and need feels completely different from the state of knowing that I'm always struggling for money. The state of knowing that things always work out for me feels completely different from the state of waking up expecting another problem. And it's that internal knowing, that quiet, embodied sense of this is who I am, this is how life is, that generates what happens on the outside. It doesn't look like that's how it works. It looks as though things happen on the outside first and then we respond on the inside. We see the numbers in the bank account and we feel rich or poor. We read the message and we feel loved or unloved. We look at the diagnosis and we feel well or unwell. It looks like the outer world is causing our inner reactions. But the truth is, it's always the other way around. The inner state is generating the facts on the outside, moment after moment. And the only reason the facts of yesterday are still true today is because you looked at them and accepted them and assumed that they couldn't and wouldn't change. You are the one holding the reflection in place. You're the one deciding, consciously or unconsciously, that what you're seeing is solid and immovable. But it doesn't have to be. It only appears that way because you are perceiving it that way. Reality has no independent power. It doesn't sustain itself. It's like an image on a screen that keeps playing only because the projector is still playing the same film. The source is the projector and your assumptions are the film. Change the film and the entire story changes. So when you want something to be different, don't rush into action. Don't start by trying to bend the world. Stop, step back and look within. For just a few minutes, take your attention completely off the outside world. Close your eyes if you need to, because the outside world has no power to change itself. It will only ever show you what you're assuming to be true. So go to the source, go to the place where reality is actually being made. Your awareness, your inner state, the quiet knowing that lives underneath all the thoughts. Look from there. What do you currently know to be true? What are you expecting, fearing, dreading, assuming? And then notice what it would feel like if you knew that the fulfillment of your desire was already done. If the thing you want has already been created and is already lying right there on the path ahead of you. If you are in the reality where everything you want is now unfolding, how would that version of you live, think, move, exist in this moment? Notice the difference between these two realities. See them as if they are two options lying side by side in front of you. Notice how it's nothing other than tuning in to a particular feeling within you. It isn't dependent on anything changing out there. It's just you choosing which story is true. It's a really subtle thing, and the moment you try to look out there, you've lost it. So you need to learn to come back to yourself and to notice what genuinely feels true within you. Which reality am I in? Am I in the one where I have to continue to put up with unwanted things? Or am I in the reality where everything that is happening is designed this way on purpose to lead me to my desired outcome? Which one is it? Which one do I choose? And when you truly realize that it really is completely your own choice, and you start to be able to notice within yourself which reality you're dwelling in, and you learn to bring yourself back to your preferred reality if you notice that you've fallen out of it, that is when you become unstoppable. This isn't about pretending. This isn't about visualizing every detail or forcing a positive thought. It's about shifting from one state of knowing to another. From I hope it happens to this is what's happening. From things never work out for me to things always work out for me. From I'm trying to fix this to I know who I am. I know that what is being created is all coming from my own choice, and therefore I know that lovely things are being created because I am choosing to create lovely things. When you occupy a state fully, the world has no option but to reflect it back to you. And the more you practice this, the easier it becomes, because you won't be standing at the mirror trying to change the reflection anymore. You'll be adjusting yourself. The only thing that ever actually needed to change, and the reflection will follow. The physical world is completely malleable. It's not fixed. It's really not as solid as it seems to be. It's an ongoing projection of consciousness, shaped and reshaped by the unseen power within you. And when you learn to move internally, when you learn how to shift your state deliberately, you don't just move mountains, you move entire realities. You collapse timelines and open new ones. Things you once thought were impossible become normal. The people around you can't quite explain why things work out for you so easily. But you will know. You will know it was you. Not because you forced it, not because you proved your worth or battled through obstacles, but because you quietly shifted on the inside. You have immense power within you, more than you could possibly imagine. But most people unknowingly use this power against themselves because they put all their energy into arguing with the mirror. And by doing that, they are reinforcing the fact that this is how things are. They're angry at the reflection. They're begging the reflection to change. They're terrified by what they see. And that in itself is continuing to solidify the illusion that these external things are set up in a way that isn't how it should be. That the way things are means that they have to suffer and live in unpleasant situations and put up with unwanted things. Because the thing is, the mirror is powerless. It has no choice but to show you what you're choosing on the inside. So if you don't like what it's showing you, stop trying to fix things out there. Look within, shift the source, adjust your state, and the reflection will reform itself around the new truth you hold. And I know it doesn't always feel easy. I know there are moments when the facts feel loud, when the numbers in your bank account are low, when the doctor's words echo in your mind, when the phone stays silent, when the bills pile up, when the world around you looks nothing like the world you want to live in. And in those moments, it can feel like you're lying to yourself if you assume things are going well, that the fulfillment of everything you desire is unfolding, and that you're always going to have everything you want and need. Because the evidence seems to be pointing to the complete opposite of that. But this is exactly when you need to use your power the most. Because that is the moment you get to decide which world you belong to. The one your eyes can see, or the one your soul knows is possible. You're not here to be at the mercy of the situation that you find yourself in. You are not here to react to whatever happens. You're here to create, to emanate, to radiate a state of being so powerfully that reality reshapes itself around you. You're here to live from the inside out, not the outside in. And if you can truly grasp this, not just intellectually, but experientially, everything will change for you. You won't be intimidated by temporary appearances anymore. You won't panic when something looks like it's going wrong. You'll notice it and you'll choose again. You'll return to your center. You'll ask yourself, what am I assuming right now? And what do I choose instead? And you will shift, not with force, not with effort, but with quiet authority. And yes, the world might still show you the remnants of the old story for a while. The reflection might lag behind a little, but you won't be fooled anymore. You'll recognize it for what it is, just the echo of a previous assumption. And you won't feed it with your attention. You won't argue with it or fear it or chase after it. You'll simply turn inward and embody the state of the new story until the outer world has no choice but to catch up. This is how you change your life. This is how you manifest anything. Not by fighting, not by working yourself to exhaustion, not by convincing the world to give you what you want, but by quietly becoming the one who already gets to have it, by choosing the state, by occupying it fully. And in the beginning, it might feel unfamiliar, because most of us have spent our entire lives believing that reality exists outside of us, separate from us, and that we're just trying to survive inside of it. We think that action comes first and results come later, that if you want something, you'd better work for it, hustle for it, fight for it, make it happen. And yes, action is important, but as an effect, not as a cause. When you embody your chosen state, any necessary action on your part will flow naturally from being in that state. You will automatically find yourself doing what needs to be done. You will automatically find yourself being that person. So it's very important that you set things right on the inside first, and then allow your human self to live from that state. Otherwise, any action taken from an unwanted state is going to be pointless anyway. And it won't get you the results you want, no matter how much it might seem to be the right strategy on paper. And at first, you might still find yourself falling back into your old ways. You wake up and your mind will want to check the physical facts. It will want to look at the numbers, the messages, the symptoms. And you gently pull it back and say, no, I'm not going there anymore. I'm not going to let myself be thrown around by the facts anymore. I'm not going to let the facts dictate to me where this is going. I get to choose where this is going. So you stop waiting for something outside of you to give you permission to have what you want. You stop waiting to see evidence before you decide what's true. You decide what's true before any evidence shows up, because that is what causes the evidence to come. Let's say right now you want more money. You want financial ease, support, freedom. Don't start with, how do I earn money? What do I need to do? Start with, what would I be assuming about life, about myself, about money, if I knew that I was in a reality where I get to have all the financial freedom I want? How would I live? What would I be doing? What steps would I be taking today? Who would I be being? Feel into that version of you, the one who is already living your desired reality, not as a fantasy, not as a distant dream, but as a present truth. And live from it, actually live as that person, as someone who knows that this is what's unfolding, that you are on a path where you always get to have all the money you want and need, where everything you want always gets provided to you. And by doing that, you will find yourself being a very different person and taking very different actions compared to who you were being when you were seeing yourself as someone who has no opportunities and who has to continue to struggle because there's never enough money for the things you need. And as a result, you will start seeing very different outcomes showing up. And everything that you want will start falling into place very smoothly and easily. Or let's say you want love. You want partnership, connection, someone who sees you and cherishes you. Instead of obsessing over how to find that, or how to make it happen, or wondering why it's not here yet, go within and ask, if I already knew that I get to have that love, that there is a beautiful love story unfolding for me as we speak, how would I feel waking up in the morning? How would I treat myself throughout the day? Who would I be? How would I act? What would I stop doing? What would I start doing? Feel that. Occupy that. And watch how people, conversations, opportunities begin to shift to match it. Watch how some things fall away and others bloom out of nowhere. Or maybe it's health. Maybe your body has been carrying pain or illness or exhaustion and you're tired of fighting. Instead of waking up every day and scanning your body for symptoms, start by choosing your state. If you truly knew that you were already being healed, that life was moving through you, restoring every cell, that wholeness and health and vitality was already yours, how would that feel? Not in your thoughts, in your body. Feel that. Choose that. That's where the power is. Not in the action, but in the state from which the action arises. The state always comes first. Everything that exists in your life began as a state you occupied, whether consciously or unconsciously. And here's something you need to understand. You don't earn the fulfillment of your desires through struggle. Life isn't keeping score. You don't have to prove your worth in order to receive. The desire you feel isn't life dangling something in front of you that you have to chase. It's life showing you what's already available to you. You're not being shown something just to make you feel bad because it's out of reach. You're being invited to allow yourself to receive, to allow the world to give it to you. Not because you've earned it, but because you're loved. Because this is what you've been created for. Because the source that is creating everything wants you to have it. Desire isn't a sign of lack. Desire is a sign of what you're ready to become conscious of. And if you can shift within, if you can relax into the state of already being the one who gets to have it, then the desire no longer feels like longing. It feels like recognition, like, oh, this is being created for me. How lovely, how wonderful. I feel so blessed. You move from a feeling of, I really want this, but I can't have it, to a feeling of appreciation and fulfillment and knowing how loved you are and how wonderful it is that you get to have this and that you get to experience this. This is what it means to live from the end. Not pretending, not forcing, but knowing. Knowing that life is unfolding from your internal state and choosing to dwell in the state of the one who already is, already has, already knows. And yes, the world will still move. People will come and go. Opportunities will flow in and out. You'll take action. But the action won't be frantic or fearful. It will be natural, effortless, a simple extension of who you're being. And it will feel like life is carrying you, like things are slotting into place without you having to push. You'll start to experience the ease that comes with alignment. Not because things on the outside suddenly become perfect, but because you stop waiting for the outside to define the inside. You take your power back. You remember that it all starts from within. And let me say this clearly, you are not doing this alone. You're not the little human self trying to control the universe. You are God expressing itself through your human self. You're both the experiencer and the creator. There is a higher aspect of you, the deeper part of you, that is guiding you into the fulfillment of every desire you've ever had. It's never confused, it's never afraid, it never rushes. It speaks in feeling, in intuition, in gentle nudges. And it asks only one thing of you, that you trust it. Trust what you feel. Trust the desire. Trust that if you can feel it, if you can imagine it, then it already exists for you. Your job is just to become the one who knows that you get to have it, that you get to experience this. And life will do the rest. The world is a mirror. Don't fight with the reflection. Don't argue with it. See it as feedback. And then go to the source. Go within. Change the only thing that ever needed changing. Because when you do that, when you really live from this place, you don't just change your life, you start to affect the lives of everyone around you. Not by preaching, not by forcing your beliefs on anyone, but simply by being. By embodying peace in a world that's addicted to chaos. By embodying abundance in a world that worships scarcity. By embodying love in a world that has forgotten what love really means. This is your power. And it's always been there for the taking. All that's left is for you to claim it. Now, before I go, I want to extend an invitation. If this way of living resonates with you, and if you want to go deeper into this to have support and guidance as you practice it, then I want to invite you to join the Up Club. The Up Club is my membership, where I coach you privately, one-to-one, through Zoom meetings if the time zones work, or otherwise through text chat or email coaching if that works better. It's a space where you can come and discuss whatever is happening in your life. Fears, worries, desires, patterns you want to shift. And I will walk through it with you. And together we bring you back into your power again and again until it becomes natural. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because the price of the Up Club will be increasing soon. So if you've been thinking about joining, if you've been feeling the nudge, now's the time. If you join now, you'll lock in at the current price and keep it for as long as you stay, even after it increases for everyone else. So if you're interested, you can find the link with the details for the Up Club in the description below. And if you have any questions, please get in touch and I'll be happy to clarify anything that you'd like to know. Okay, and with that, that is it from me for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.